everything I'm doing is a first time ever that I'm doing it. So I think that the magic of that or the energy of that has been really special because it is really about, I'm like learning so much about myself as well.
How are you, Celine?
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you too. I loved Past Lives, first of all. I was weeping in my theater seat. Um, and I love that, this was like, or partially inspired by just like a real conversation that you had, but it's also your feature film debut. So how did it grow from that seed into this beautiful tree?
When I had this inspiration for this movie, and then I started just working on it, I think that you're always hoping that this is going to get made and going to be seen by the world because I believe that it is a story that is worth telling, that it's a story that I care about. But I think that you don't really know until you're able to be there. And then I'm sitting here now, and I'm just so happy that it's going to be out in the world. And I think part of it being a first-time part of being a first-time filmmaker is that like it is also discovery for me. Everything I'm doing is a first time ever that I'm doing it. So I think that the magic of that or the energy of that has been really special because it is really about, I'm like learning so much about myself as well.
I love the concept of Inyun and how it was so heartbreakingly employed in this film. And I was wondering how much that was a part of your life, or have you thought about that in your own life?
Well, I think that is a pretty commonplace word in Korea. It really is true when Nora says to Arthur, her future husband, that it is a word that you say in Korean to seduce someone, because it kind of is like that. It's like, you can sort of say it's like, oh, hey, we must be Inyun. That's why we must be like this. So it is kind of something that I think is a part of my life insofar as Korean culture is a part of my life, even though I, of course, like live in New York, was educated in Canada and things like that. But I think that that was always going to be part of my personal life. But I thought that it should be introduced in this film because Haesung and Nora, the main characters of the film, it's really hard to describe. It's an ineffable feeling, rather than a kind of a label for who they are to each other. They're not really exes. They're not really lovers. It's not really like that. But who they are to each other could be described by the word Inyun, because it is such a thing that can really speak to any kind of a meeting or a relationship or enduring connection, where you can say it's like, well, I don't know why, but it feels like this person and I have something really special, but there's no word for it and nothing really ever happened. They only ever held hands as children, but you can still call that Inyun because of what that is, because of something, that weird feeling or that funny feeling that this is an important person for you.
I also really loved how, or I don't know, I thought it was interesting how we got to see her relationship with John, but Haesung's ex or current partner, ambiguously placed partner, we only heard about through him a couple of times and saw like once. Was that always the plan?
Yes, I think that the part of it is that the relationship that Nora and Arthur have is actually a part of the storytelling, and it's part of the story in a fundamental way. But actually, the girlfriend that Haesung meets, maybe it's not necessarily a fundamental part of the story, because this event happens to be happening in New York City, where it's the three of them. So I think that really was all that was.
Thank you so much. I really loved it. I cannot wait for the world to witness it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It means so much. Okay.
Have a great day.
Thank you.